Now, it's time for Straight on the Point with your host from some undisclosed location. Here's Jesse T.
Well. Good to be back with you here on the Jesse T Show. Yes, we are here broadcasting live from an undisclosed location on live stream and on Periscope and on Instagram Live as we're building that Instagram Live audience. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, that's camera number one. Camera number two, we got Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. And camera number three, we got Facebook.com/The Power of Voices. And that's also on YouTube Live, The Power of Voices. And all around the social network world. Thank you very much, Lee Michaels, for the fine introduction that you do every single day of the week. What a day it's been for me, man. All in the day of a life of Jesse Terrero. Yes, all in the life of Jesse Terrero. What a day it's been. Ooh, doggies, we're going to be talking about that. Hey, we had a guest signed up for today, but unfortunately she wasn't able to make it, but we're going to rebook her and get that going. But that kind of opens up the hour for us to talk about a whole bunch of cool stuff. As we move to the weekend, it is going to be a wet one here in Southern California, and the Orville Dam is not fixed yet. Yes. Thank you, Governor Brown, spending all that money on illegal aliens and welfare assistance programs and all those government assistance programs. You spend all that money, but hey, who cares about 300,000 people who just might get flooded out under 30 foot of water? Hey, we didn't care about them. You've only known about that since 2004. So much for my political statement. I can't stand the politics in California. Anyhow, it's going to be a rainy weekend, they're saying here in the Southland. So if you're watching the weather maps on the East Coast, yes, we're getting our fair share now. And we have no more drought. In fact, they've called off the drought completely. All the reservoirs and dams are completely filled up with water. H2O. Did you know that you cannot live more than 3 days without water? Your body starts burning it off. And then you basically overheat. That's what happens inside. And within 5 days, you are like a goner. You have to have some sort of water, really, some sort of liquid that has a water base to it. Otherwise, you are in some serious trouble. You can go out without eating for months and months and months and months. But without water, you'd be going real quick. We got more water than we know what to do with now. In fact, they're just spilling it out of some of these reservoirs around California. It's going to go dump right into the ocean eventually. You would think that they would be better prepared and have more catch basins. But you would think, huh? You would think? Wow, I don't know. Hey, actor Garrett Coleman. Hey, good afternoon. I hope all is well. Actor Garrett Coleman. Hey, what's happening, brother? What are you going to be in? What do I see you in? What you been doing? What you been up to? Let us know. We'll give you some props and love here as we shout out to our live stream people that are checking in and our, of course, Periscope people and our newest family, Instagram Live, and that is growing real fast. Angela Patterson just checked in, chiming in. Where are you calling from, Angela? I'd like to know where you're chiming in from, what part of the beautiful United States of America. Hey, this is award season. So today we're going to be talking about, just a bunch of cool stuff, nothing too heavy. We do that on Monday and Tuesdays here on the Jesse T Show. But for sure thing, we are on there and everywhere. And we are, of course, broadcasting from the community to the world. And you know where we're broadcasting from. That's right, thepowerofvoices.com, www.thepowervoices.com. For those of you listening on the radio exclusively, good to have you along with us as we beam out into the social net world. Our listenership is growing very fast. And we appreciate everybody who chimes in and listens in to the Power of Voices. And of course, you can see what we're doing at YouTube Live, The Power of Voices, and Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero right here. And of course, Facebook.com/The Power of Voices as we build the AVTV Live Entertainment Channel, Digital Broadcasting TV Network. Oh my, it is growing so fast. Thank you very much, guys, for participating, viewing, and listening. We appreciate that very much. Hey, actor Garrett Coleman. All right, let me see. I've got, he says he's got an action crime film under his belly. All right. Coming out soon. It's on IMDb as well. Hey, she says, thanks for the love, brother. Hey, go check him out. Actor Garrett Coleman on IMDb. While you're there, check out what I've done too on IMDb. Oops, I got to pay for that pro version. I ran out of my subscription ran up a couple of weeks ago. So I think I'll have to drop the credit card on that one. And hey, nothing is free in life. You know that. Actor Garrett Coleman. Hey, check him out on a action crime series. So you want to check that out. Angela Patterson says, hey there. What's up, Jesse? Good to be with you. It is a Thursday in Southern California as we move towards a very wet weekend here in the Southland. In fact, in my undisclosed location, where we have no leaks in the ceiling, deep in the bowels of the bunkers of the Jesse T. lair and compound. Yes, built with cement and steel, guarded by 47 Rottweilers and 33 Pit Bulls and 26 German Shepherds and 14 Boxers with barbed wire and fence 27 feet high. Hey, we're ready to survive the ultimate. Oh, Lordy, Lord. I do collect military vehicles, though. I know a lot of guys, a lot of girls, you know, they collect different things. My hobby is I collect military vehicles, and I love military vehicles. I love my Deuce. Got a couple of those Deuces. I'm talking about M35A2 Deuce. That thing will drive through, you know, a steel building. I mean, it's like a transformer vehicle. That thing will take bullets and everything. I love it. My M35A2 Deuce, and it's great. And we have we're going to be purchasing. I'm looking at buying now a decommissioned Humvee. Yeah, I can't wait to get that one. A decommissioned Humvee. That'll be real cool. Anyhow, it's really starting to rain here where we're at, and hopefully if it's raining where you're at or snowing, or if it's always very cold during the winter where you're at, we hope you take care of yourself and be very careful. And hey, Garrett just checked in. He says he collects military fun toys to play with. Yes, Ted Nugent. Cat scratch fever, baby. All right, so I was thinking, you know, as man, I'm telling you, the world is gone. Yeah, so hee-haw. That's right. Hoorah. All right. So I am now going to be known as Jesse Terrero, the Party of Independence and Individuality. The I Party. Why not? Aye, sir. I don't know. It all comes together anyhow. So all these actors and Californians, I do call them Californians because they're like onions. They kind of smell and taste bad. All right. So let's go backwards in time. Let's just kind of go back and back and back. Let's go kind of back to the 50th. Let's go back to the 50th wealthiest celebrity in Hollywood. Let's see what we can do. That's just the top 50. Let's just keep going back and back and back and back. I feel like I'm going through a time warp. Let's do the time warp dance. Let's do the time warp dance. And we move to the left. Oh, man. Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you've never participated in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you have no idea what fun is. When they get married, when Biff gets married, you throw rice and you shoot water when they're crying. Oh, man, it's really cool. I really love it. Hey, San Francisco, California, the Bay Area, I filmed Underbelly in San Francisco. That's what Garrett Coleman says. Yes, so San Francisco is like the underbelly. Yeah, I tell you. All right, we're going back some more. We were going way. We're at 41. We're going back. Got to go back. I feel like, hey, we're at 45, 45. Can you know? 44, 44, 44. Yeah, I hear 44, 44. Now I'm coming up to 42, 42, 42. All right, we're at 50. Okay. Here are the top wealthiest, 50 richest people in Hollywood. Now, you would never guess who number 50 is. That's right. Now, you know him. Hey, Rocky. Yeah, right. Yo, yeah, that's right. Sylvester Stallone. Now, his net worth is $400 million. We're talking net here. We're not talking gross. We're talking after taxes. $400 million. Woo, man, what could you do with $400 million? But he's just a little puppy on the list of the top 50 richest celebrities. $400 million. Do you know that J.P. Morgan, when he bought out Andrew Carnegie at the turn of the 20th century, paid $360 million for Andrew Carnegie's complete business and industries? Yeah, that made Andrew Carnegie the most wealthiest man in the world outside the Rothschilds, worth $360 million in 1905. Now, Sly is worth $400 million in 2017. Can you imagine what that bought in 1905? Hui, yikes. Hey, remember that guy? You know who I'm talking about. You know, the producer, writer, comedian. You know, the guy who wrote and produced Seinfeld. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about Larry David. Now, Larry David has that show that I love so much, other than Seinfeld. But he also had that show, The Enthusiasm Show, and you know, that was actually really, really funny. Curb Your Enthusiasm. And anyhow, but I had no idea that this guy, Larry David, who's 69 years old, right? He's 69 years old, and he is worth $400 million. $400 million. That guy with the balding head and that kind of a weird kind of personality, $400 million. Had no idea. No idea that he was that wealthy. That one caught me by surprise. Okay, so let's kind of go up the list here a little bit. Johnny Depp, who's in all kinds of financial problems. Johnny Depp spends $2 million a month. What could you buy? You know, one day I sat here in the Jesse T office, and of course the world according to Torero that you are entering, and you have entered the world according to Torero. I sat here, and I'm going to get you straight on the point here. There's a point that I'm doing here. Now you got to follow me. You know how I connect the dots, right? I start off with some kind of crazy weird story, but by the end of the show, which is an hour from now, I kind of connect all the dots and I have something to say, right? Okay, well, we're going to keep it light and bright and happy today because I was blowing some fire, baby. Like more cowbell. Give me some more cowbell. You know, I love Christopher Walken and Christian Slater in the movie. You know the movie I'm talking about, right? The one where Christian Slater and Dennis Hopper's in, and Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken are sitting there, and Christopher Walken plays a mafioso, Italian mafioso, and Dennis Hopper is the father of Christian Slater. Yeah, True Romance. You know what I'm talking about. That's one of my favorite scenes when Dennis Hopper starts explaining to Christopher Walken how Sicilians and all Italians used to be fair-eyed until all the Moors came in. Oh, it's great. Great scene. Just a great scene. Anyhow, so Johnny Depp has all kinds of financial problems right now, but he's still worth $400 million. Johnny Depp. David Letterman is worth, they say they set him up with all these girls and all that kind of stuff because he was the first African American to want to buy NBC and when it was for sale. But there's never been really something that they can point their finger at. But who knows? Yeah, craziest things happen in Hollywood, right? John Bon Jovi. Oh, come on now. He's worth $410 million. Yeah, it's going up. Mel Gibson. Remember Mel? We love Mel. Oh, what a great movie. The new movie that he did, Heartbreak Ridge. Heartbreak Ridge. And what a great movie When We Were Soldiers. By the way, the real life general when we were soldiers just passed away yesterday. He was 94 years old. And Mel Gibson played the lieutenant colonel there in that movie. One of the very finest Vietnam movies I've ever seen. I mean, that was just a fabulous, fabulous movie. Pretty true to the core, too, according to the general. Michael Bay, of course, Michael Bay. You know who Michael Bay is, the director, right? He's worth $430 million. Here comes the first lady, Victoria Beckham, net worth $450 million bucks, and she is the brains behind the Beckham empire. Yeah, $450 million. Bloodfather was a great one too. Yeah, he did that too. That was a terrific movie. Mel Gibson is great, and he got jacked bad for a while there. It took him 10 years. Tyler Perry, everybody's worth $450 million. We're only at 41. I'm gonna start blowing through this now, right? Peter Jackson, 450. Beyonce Knowles, she's getting big, baby. Have you seen those pictures of her? She's looking like a Goodyear blimp. I mean, she's getting big. Oh my goodness! I think she's growing triplets in there. All right, I think they're gonna have triplets between the two of them, Kanye West and her. They can afford it. I mean, yeah, she's getting big. Oh, yo, $450 million. Bruce Springsteen, $460 million. Rush Limbaugh. Now, a lot of people don't realize how wealthy Rush Limbaugh is. The conservative talk show host, right? $500 million. He's almost worth $1 billion. Rush Limbaugh. Can you imagine that? Paulo Coelho, worth $500 million. Matt Groening, worth $500 million. He's the animator. Very, very popular animator. Kathy Ireland, worth $500 million. Boy, there's a lot of people in the $500 million class. Jocelyn Wildstein is worth $500 million, right? Gloria Estefan. Now, come on now. You know who Gloria Estefan. Man, great music from the 1980s. She's worth $500 million. Elton John's worth $500 million. I'm trying to get into his Oscar party. There's 3 great parties in the Oscars. We're going to be out at Norby Waters' Night of 100 Stars, broadcasting live on February 26th, starting at 3:30, interviewing all the stars. And a lot of these cats are like super wealthy. I'm going to see if I can get a job. Hey, that's my whole idea. I'm going to get a job. Someone's going to hire me. I don't care. I'll do anything, man. I mean, well, not anything. Well, I'd almost do something. Well, I wouldn't do anything, but I would do almost it. Well, I wouldn't do almost anything. I would. Okay, I'd do a few things. All right, but I'd find somebody to do anything. Yeah, I'll just kind of broker it out, right? Donette Mendoza. Hey, Donette, thanks for checking in on Facebook.com. Yeah, these numbers are just amazing. You don't realize how wealthy these people are and at the level that they're at. You have no idea. The regular folk here in America have no clue as to how wealthy these people that we adore so much, and we give them the mouthpiece to say whatever they want, and we think they're so smart just because they had a talent. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. Dolly Parton's worth $500 million. Mariah Carey, 520 million buckaroos, baby. 500. This is net worth, guys. Tom Cruise, who gives a lot of money to Scientology, he and John Travolta. Tom Cruise is worth $550 million. Simon Cowell is worth $550 million bucks. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Even the great, great iconic stars of yesteryear weren't even close. It's overwhelming. You see, these people, they are different than you and me. When you have $550 million, you don't live in Pacoima, I say. Yeah, you don't even live in Burbank, man. You live in a mansion that's like 80,000 square feet with a full contingency of 24-hour ex-SEAL Team 6 security guards. Yeah. I mean, your life is way different. You spend $1 million like I'm spending 25 cents, right? When you're worth $550 million, Johnny Depp spends $2 million a month to keep his quality of life. Hey, all right, Jimmy Buffett. Oh, now, a lot of people don't read. I love Jimmy Buffett, man. Best concerts in the world. Jimmy Buffett and Beach Boy concerts were the best concerts in the world. Love Jimmy Buffett, right? And you know who Jimmy Buffett is. Of course, he's the guy who had that song, Margaritaville, right? Right? Margaritaville, Cheeseburger in Paradise, and Margaritaville. Two big songs in his life. That's it. And he did a couple films and some other songs. He's been a pretty good songwriter for other people. Are you ready? He's 70 years old and he's worth $550 million. Jimmy Buffett. Get out of here. Yoko Ono, 600 million. This guy is the George Clooney of Bollywood in India. His name is Shakura Khan. He's worth $600 million. He's the #1 star in India. Howard Stern. Now this one blew me away. This one completely blew me away because I never realized he was worth this much. I know Howard, and this one blew me away. Howard Stern is worth $600 million. Selling pornography and Slutsville, USA on his crazy shock jock show of 20 years ago when it started. 600 million buckaroos, man. Candy Spelling, that's 600 million. Jay-Z worth 700 million, right? James Patterson's net worth, he was an author, 700 million. James Cameron, you know, the great director, 700 million. Celine Dion, man, Celine Dion. I hired her once and paid her $800,000 to come sing 3 songs. Well, I didn't pay it. Somebody else did. And I brokered the deal out and made a percentage of it, a little bit of money on that for 3 songs. 3 songs in the Philippines. 3 songs, $800,000. Celine Dion, $700 million. Bon Jovi net worth, $700 million. P. Diddy's net worth, $760 million. Yes. Okay, we're moving now. We're moving, baby. We're moving, guys. Okay, we're moving up to Madonna's net worth. Yes, the little wicked witch of the wherever. I can't stand her. I'm sorry. I say what I say. $800 million. Now she can get up and say whatever she wants, because who's going to hurt her? Who's going to harm her? You get up and say what she said. She wants to burn the White House down, baby. Bong. LA County sheriffs and the Secret Service are going to be knocking down your door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you're going to get jacked, but not her. Jim Davis's net worth. Jim Davis is a cartoonist. He did all the cartoons for let me think here. What did he do the cartoon? Garfield. That's right. The successful Garfield comic strip was his. Garfield. Jim Davis. $800 million. Can you relate to these people at all? I mean, really? Can you relate to them at all? The answer is no. Dr. Dre, $830 million. I paid him $500 with World Class Record Crew to come out and do a song for me in 1986. 1986? No, 1985. Herb Alpert, one of my all-time favorites, A&M Records, $850 million. Okay? Jacqueline Gold, English businesswoman, $860 million in fashion, jewelry, and makeup. Jerry Seinfeld, $870 million. Right? At number 9, David Copperfield, $900 million. David Copperfield. Can you imagine that? Okay, number 8, J.K. Rowling, $1 billion. This beautiful British author, she is worth $1 billion. Movie producer too, J.K. Rowling, $1 billion. Slavika Ecclestone. Come on now. You know Slavika. She's a Croatian former top world model and the ex-wife of Formula One race driver Bernie Ecclestone. Has a net worth of $1.2 billion. Paul McCartney, $1.2 billion. Jamie Gertz. Now, Jamie Gertz is an American actress and a philanthropist, and she's worth almost, $2 billion. Oprah Winfrey is worth $3.2 billion. Steven Spielberg is worth $3.7 billion. Diana Merrill, net worth, you know Diana Merrill, she's an heiress, okay, socialite, philanthropist, an actress whose net Oh, this is just mind-boggling. It's good to marry right. She married very well. Anyhow, she's worth $5 billion, and she is 93 years old. Yeah, 93 years old. She's looking good for 93, I'll tell you that much. Whee, baby. Huh. Well, she needs a sugar boy. A sugar boy. Okay, and the number one on the list is, yes, Star Wars King George Lucas, net worth $5.1 billion. Is that amazing? Thought you'd find that interesting as we go into the award season. Yeah. And when you hear these people talking, and they're talking their stuff out there, and you hear them spouting off at the mouth, right? Understand this, folks. How can you relate to them? Ashton Kutcher's worth $170 million. Yeah. His wife on the 70s show, she herself is worth about $90 million. Okay? You can't relate to these people, and they can't relate to you. And so when they're talking their talk, you got to say to yourself, I mean, really, I just turn them off because they don't represent me. I'm not worth $20 million or $5 billion. Oh, Lord. It's unbelievable, isn't it, when you start talking about the amount of money that they make? All right, so we've got the Academy Awards coming up. That's the next big show on February 26th, and we're going to be out there. We're going to be out there at the Night of 100 Stars with Norby Waters, broadcasting live right here on our ABTV Live and our digital broadcasting TV network. And we want you to check it out. The best way to get into it, the best way to find it is on Instagram Live. And right here on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero, we're going to be setting up a radio feed too out there. 92.3thebeat.com is going to be out there. That's our sister station. And the Power of Voices is going to be out there. We're going to try to set that up. I'm arranging that now. Oh, by the way, Jack Nicholson is worth $400 million. I guess he can retire. Clint Eastwood is worth $370 million. Adam Sandler is worth $340 million. Adam Sandler, can you imagine? Oh, Mama T just joined. Thanks a lot, Mama T, for checking in. And let's see, who are the? You know what I want to do before we move off this subject and get into something else kind of fun here? I want to see the youngsters. What are the young new stars worth? The hottest. God, don't you just love the internet? The hottest young new stars worth. Okay, let's see what they're worth. Okay, 15 hottest young stars, 12 young celebrities with incredible net worth. Now let's go to this one. 30 under 30. Okay, 20. Okay, all right, this is gonna be fun. 30 under 30, according to Forbes magazine. These are the hot new young stars. Hey, by the way, guys, on Instagram, I'm running a little bit low on the battery, so I'm going to try to hook it up right now and see if we can hook it. If I can't get it hooked up in there, we might bang off on Instagram. So Brett Hunt and Cyberspace Media, you might want to open up and move on over to Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. Actor Garrett Coleman, you might want to move over that because I'm running out of some juice there on my Instagram live camera. So we may have to have you move off into Facebook.com/. All right. Okay. Let's open her up. Well, that kind of sounded kind of bad, didn't it? Let's open her up. Now, I don't mean it that way. All right? I don't mean it that way. Come on now, you guys. You guys, I don't know about you guys. Sometimes you guys come up with those clean thoughts on a dirty wall, which is cool. But then you come up with those dirty thoughts on a clean wall, And you get me in some trouble here. Let's see. All right. Okay. Number 12, Nick Jonas. He's worth $18 million. Nick Jonas, 23 years old. He's worth $18 million. Harry Styles is worth $30 million. He's the most beloved member of the On a Break, 1D band. Come on now. You know who he is. 21, 30, One Direction. You're talking about One Direction, right? He's a pretty boy. He's the Justin Timberlake, right, of his time. 30 million bucks. Let's see. He's worth 30 million, okay? He's 21. Emma Watson's worth $60 million, and she's 25. All right? Christine Stewart is worth $70 million, and she's 25. I've interviewed with some of these people. Bruno Mars is worth $90 million, and he's 29. Okay? Daniel Radcliffe is worth $110 million, and he's 26. Broadway stage actor, screen actor, right? Okay? Rihanna is worth $140 million, and she's 27. Yeah, you see, folks, the money's... Miley Cyrus, this one blew me away. The girl that touts, adult play toys on stage, $160 million, and she's 22. Oh, Lord. Justin Bieber's worth $200 million, and he's 21. Justin Bieber. No wonder these guys can get away with murder. Taylor Swift, $240 million, and she's 25. Right? Okay. Lady Gaga, $250 million, and she's 29. All right, we're coming. There you go. So, if you come out and you check out Night of 100 Stars on February 26th, you're going to see a lot of these celebrities cross the red carpet. And yours truly, Jesse T, is going to have a chance to interview some of them. Yeah, it's going to be cool, man. Whoa, yes. I'm gonna talk to some of these millionairesses. Yeah, see if I can get some employment going on. Got a couple of more things here in the world of America, and boy, do we have a crazy world. Today, I know you saw and heard about Donald Trump having a meltdown. He did it. I saw the whole interview. He just was being Donald Trump. Love the guy. Just love the guy. Whether you love him or hate him, you got to at least say, man, he doesn't change, and he's very consistent. And I love the guy. But a lot of those out there don't like him. I just thought it was great. Just great. We do have some people that laugh in the background because they just can't stand the fact that they got their butt beat. Rob Kardashian and Black China are splitting up, and she just had a baby. How could that be? How could that possibly be? Hey, thanks a lot, Garrett Coleman. Hey, checking out. Cool, man. Thanks a lot. Spread the word about the Jesse T Show. So Black China is splitting up from Rob Kardashian. Oh, boy. I never had a plane. And we used to fly all the time. I know how to fly a single-engine plane. I know how to land and take off and all that stuff. I haven't done it for a number of years, so I'd be a rocky road doing it. But in an emergency, I could do it. But I used to do it all the time. I kind of learned, how to fly the old style out in the country crop dusting way. Just get in the plane. And my mom was there, and she taught me. Started teaching me when I was about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I stopped flying when I was about 15 or 16. My mom got her ticket pulled a little bit later on that due to health issues, but nevertheless, one of my jobs as the co-pilot was to make sure to watch out for stuff because our little tribe could go. So it would be way, way, way far away, or that would be something on the ground that's not as tall, like a tall building as I thought it was, and we would fly right over, no problem. So I was pointing out all these things all the time, right? And that was my job. So my mother kind of got used to that. I was just pointing everything out. I did my job. And so kind of, I guess that, you cry wolf syndrome. That's what I said. So one day we're flying all around Hollywood and Los Angeles. And I said, Mom, there's a plane. And she's flying, looking off to the left. The pilot sits on the left like a steering wheel, like a car. And I was on the right-hand side. They both have steering wheels, or they both have wheels, and they both have steering wheels to steer, And so I said, Mom, there's a plane. And she goes, I felt like Hervé Villechis of Tattoo of Fantasy Island. The plane, the plane, the plane, the plane, right? If you've never seen Fantasy Island, guys, go on YouTube and Google, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So my mother didn't think anything of it. So now I said, Mom, there's a plane. I'm not getting a little bit aggravated. Yes, Jesse T was getting aggravated at 9 and 10 years old. I got aggravated then. You think I'm aggravated now? I got aggravated then too. Aggravation has never been something that's been, dropped in my lap recently. So I was getting a little agitated too, because I'm doing my job. My mom's not paying any attention to me, right? So I said, there's a plane, there's a plane. Finally, she looks over, and there's a freaking 707, like 100 goes, oh no! I mean, it was like, 100 feet below us, right? And so what we hear over the, after we get out of the pattern, we hear this. Pilot of Tripacer 56325, read me please. Pilot Tripacer 56325, please report to the runway 3 at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, and report to the Department of the FAA. So we had to land on the side runway over there at LAX and taxi our plane to the Department of FAA right there. And there were two guys, standing there with their arms crossed, looking at my mother. So be quiet. Oh, my mother. She talked her way out of that one. I guess that's how I learned how to talk. I certainly didn't learn how talking from my dad. I learned how to do some acting jacks from my dad, let me tell you. But anyhow, Harrison Ford got himself in trouble just recently in his plane. And some of these planes, you think these guys have money, man. You should see some of these planes these guys drive or fly. It's pretty unbelievable, the wealth factor that some of these cats have. And I thought that was a humorous story. Unbelievable. Hey, we got LA Fashion Week coming up here in Los Angeles, March 15th. And the Kardashians right now are in New York City checking out the Fashion Week there. And we've got Arthur Chapman and LA Fashion Week coming up March 15th. We want you to come out and check that out. We'll be broadcasting live from there, too, on ABTV. Live, the entertainment channel, and our digital broadcasting TV network. So we'll be all over the social network sites too, with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers. And we pass it on, please, of the Bronx Bull by director Martin Gigi. So that's very cool. So we've got some big things in store for us coming up here in that respect, and we hope that you will participate with that and pass the word along. Okay, if you can't be there, pass the word along. Always try to do some stuff for you in that respect. Okay, so I thought, scandals are fun in that respect. I don't know if you can really believe these scandals, but of course, one of Hollywood's biggest scandal was when Debbie Reynolds, who recently passed away, and her daughter, Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was worth $25 million when she passed away. Debbie Reynolds was worth $120 million when she, right after they passed away. I believe it was HBO that released that documentary of them. You're looking at some very wealthy people, and they live like vagabonds. At least Carrie Fisher did. She had a major drug and alcohol problem. And remember, you seen that documentary? She was drinking Coca-Cola like a fiend. Anyway, don't drink a lot of soda. It's not good for you. You know, alkaline water, that's where it's at. It saved my life. So Debbie Reynolds and her husband, Eddie Fisher, that's Carrie Fisher's father, he was the crooner, a singer of his time. In fact, he rivaled Frank Sinatra, and he also rivaled Bobby Darin. But he couldn't make the transition into pop rock music. So when Elvis came around and the Beatles, he couldn't make that transition. But anyhow, he was married to Debbie Reynolds, and then one day he went out with Debbie California road tripping with my road dog Dan the man. We're gonna go to a place like this and dig up some of these old, rich, devilish, seedy stories of yesteryear, and also pretty current. Not too much, because pretty much the current stuff is covered by TMZ. But we're gonna go to all these little hangouts that they were like doing stuff like, where did the great actor Lee Marvin get smashed every single night of the week? The HMS Bounty. Did you know that Sir Han Solo walked across and shot the guy 5 times? So there's a lot of cool stories like that we're going to get into in a program we call Road Trippin'. Okay, anti-Semitic remarks. And I think that was really, really unfair. He got that drunk driving incident back in 2006, and then he said some things about against Jewish people, etc. And then basically he had to go on hiatus. Well, he's really come and worked his way back, hasn't he? I mean, with a vengeance. Unbelievable. I'm so proud and happy for him. The heart, and it's never forgotten. But he's expecting baby number 9. He got 9 kids. 9 kids. Can you imagine having 9 kids? Well, he certainly has enough money to have 9 kids. So I guess when you're worth $400 million, you can have 9 kids. Hey, and we're taking a peek into the brand new Sports Illustrated Bikini edition. Woo, doggies. I feel like Jay Clampett. Doggies. Oh, my goodness gracious. Carolina Wozniacki. Oh, man. Beautiful. She dons the pages. And Christy Brinkley, 63 years old. Whoo! She doesn't look it. Oh, no. She doesn't look it. And her 2 daughters there, 18 and 31 years old. Wow, Christy Brinkley. Unbelievable beauty. Pure, simple, clean. Sports Illustrated. Just a terrific expose on her. Hannah Jeter. She's in Sports Illustrated Bikini magazine too. And Hannah Jeter is 26-year-old, man. I'm telling you guys, you got to go get this Sports Illustrated magazine. It's really, really a good one this year. Chrissy Teigen, Ashley Graham. I've seen a couple of these people out on the red carpet. Serena Williams. Yeah. Serena Williams. Oh, my Lord. You want to see tree trunk oak thighs? This girl has got thighs the size of tree trunks, and they are hard. Oh, yeah. Wow. She's in the Sports Illustrated magazine, so that's kind of cool. And you talk about a fit, physical body. It's unbelievable. Simon Bites is in this, and she's another model. Nina Agdal Rose Burton studio tomorrow at the powerofvoices.com. We're going to have a special guest, and we're happy that his public relations man, Joel Williamson, has set this up for us, and I really appreciate it. Joel's got some terrific clients. And David Albee. Now, David Albee, he's a young director, very talented and very gifted, and he's already won several awards. So you might want to check in. We're going to ask him some cool questions and how he got started and some of the cool things that he's done. He has done a lot of stuff for being such a young guy. And we want you to check that out. Of course, that's on a couple of things here. Hold on a second. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. Thursday at 8:30, we are going to have, of course, the red carpet event for the Bronx Bowl. So those two things are coming up here quickly. It's already raining where my location, where I'm at. It is already raining hard. So, be careful if you're driving out there, because people that live in Southern California, I don't think they know how to drive in weather. They certainly don't know how. They're slipping and sliding all the time. So now back to the stars that make so much money. And here's the thing. The thing that you have to be very cautious about their perspective, because they can afford the perspective that they want to have, and the repercussions of their perspective never affects them. And so when you start thinking about who to believe and who not to believe, this whole concept about fake news. Well, the news is fake, guys. It's been fake for a long, long time. We've lost the concept of journalism ages ago, 20, 30 years ago. Sensationalism is where it's at. When the headline became more important than the story, and that happened around the 1980s, we really started making that shift. And the technology afforded the ability of the story to really be the headline. And that's what sold the advertising dollars. We really have lost the journalistic way and coming to your own conclusions and understand history. And when you begin to put those dots together, you can disassociate yourself from what is fake and what is not. And believe me, both political parties lie. And that's why I am part of the independent party of individuality. The